Hi guys. So on today's video, I am going to do my makeup with you guys while I get ready for my friend's baby shower. I'm super excited. I haven't seen her in a little while and one of our other friends in quite some time. So I'm really excited to see the both of them. So what I'm going in with first, I mixed the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer and the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, just to make sure nothing moves on me. We're just gonna let that sit for just a minute. Okay, so for foundation, I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless in 112 Natural Ivory. Feels good to be back doing videos and stuff for you guys. Like I put on my posts, for those of you who did see it, I took a break in like early to mid-March for my mental health mostly, only because I was making videos and spending a lot of time editing and all of this other stuff just to get like 2 or 3 views. So it started to affect my mental health really badly, so I really needed to take a step back and kind of refigure what I wanted to do and, you know, where I wanted to take the channel. I still have been doing TikToks here and there. I feel like I get more traction there anyways. But with the hiatus, there have been some things with our family that have happened. My dad was in a really bad car accident, sadly. But he's okay, thankfully. He made it through. We got him to finally, you know, looking to see what was going on. And he's doing a lot better, thankfully. Everything's healing. So I'm very thankful that he is still here. We also lost my father-in-law at the beginning of May, which we didn't expect that at all. So we've been dealing with that as a family. You know, he was a good guy from what I knew. But yeah, so we've been dealing with that. My husband and I celebrated our 12 years together and our 6 years married on May 14th. We actually finally took our honeymoon during that week. We went to Jamaica, which was absolutely phenomenal. The first time out of the country for the both of us, traveling anywhere like extensively that was just for the two of us. Like, we've traveled down to like Tennessee and Kentucky to see my family. But we've never done a trip just for the two of us, minus like going to like Bar Harbor, Maine and stuff like that. But like a bigger trip we've never really done. So it was really exciting to do that with him. And it was a lot of fun. It was nice to just kind of relax and take time for ourselves with everything we've had going on. And I don't know, it's just been nice. But yeah, so that's where I've been. A part of kind of taking care of my mental health. I also started going to the gym regularly. And I'm down about 20 pounds. Which, to some, that may not be a lot, but it's a lot more than I thought that I would lose. At this point, I mean, I could have lost more, but, you know, life happens. But yeah, so I'm starting to feel better. I've had issues from old birth control that I used, and just it caused issues with my monthly friend, and I say friend very, lightly. But yeah, so that's caused some issues, and that's part of the reason why I've been really like working on my health, because I do want to have kids one day. But yeah, so if you have the Implanon or Nexplanon, whatever you want to call it, that is inserted in your arm, be careful, because that's what caused a lot of my issues with irregularity and just stuff like that. So just take care of yourself, ultimately. But yeah, so we're doing really good otherwise. I want to do like more like travel stuff with you guys, not necessarily just all like makeup and unboxing stuff. So I got to figure out what I want to do with that, because we're going on we're doing a couple of things this year for like between the two of us, like concerts and stuff like that, events. I turned 30 a week ago, which was, it's weird to say like, oh, I'm 30 now. I mean, it's not one of those things where I take it as like, oh, I'm 30. It's, for me, it's, I don't know, I feel like I've kind of found myself as a person and like who I want to be. So I'm really excited to kind of keep going with that. It's interesting. Now that I have my concealer on, I am going to go in with the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in the shade Tan Lines. If you guys have not tried this stuff, do yourself a favor and try it. It is phenomenal. And I'm just taking it on my damp beauty blender. I'm going to start tapping it in to where I would normally contour. See? It melts right in. And it's such a pretty, like, color. And it's not too dark. I'm just gonna take that up to my hairline. So part of the reason why I haven't been back sooner also is I bought a MacBook, thinking like, oh, you know, I'll just upload my editing video or my editing software to my MacBook, which was fine. That worked. I'll add that to the MacBook and then I will start editing, so I don't have to sit up in my loft by myself all the time. So like I can sit downstairs with my husband, or, you know, sit outside on my deck when it's nice out and edit. Well, I took my SD card out of my camera and inserted it into my MacBook and went to put it back into my camera, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if it got damaged while I had it out, but my SD card wouldn't format to my camera and it started heating up really hot. So I had to wait for a new SD card to come in. So we now have an SD card, but I'm actually recording this on my phone. I got a new phone too. So I'm trying it on my phone right now because the camera is supposed to be really good on this phone. So yeah, giving it a shot. But how have you guys been? Like I said, it's been a while, but I'm glad to be back doing makeup. I didn't do my makeup for almost this whole time that I was gone because, I don't know, it lost its luster for a little bit for me, and that's okay. Things happen. Next, I'm just gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills in my powder puff to set under my eyes and set where I'm not gonna be using any other powder products. So we're just tapping that under. And if you get it on your bronzer, it's okay. You can obviously just go back in with your sponge and just stamp it out. Just like that. But yeah, I've missed you guys. Just gonna set. I normally, like, I've been trying different makeup things just because, I don't know, I feel like the same stuff that I was doing just wasn't working for me anymore. So we had to take a different route, which is why I'm trying, you know, putty bronzer and cream blushes and stuff like that, just to kind of just try it out. So I am just doing the center part of my forehead here, only because I'm going to take my normal bronzer and set what I've already put on, and I'm just kind of chiseling out that contour a little bit more. Alright, so now that that is finished, I am going to go in now with my Milani. This is the Milani Sun-Kissed Silky Matte Bronzing Powder. It's literally one of my favorite bronzers ever. And I'm using a JH07 brush. And I'm just going to go in and just lightly set this. I'm not using a whole lot of product, just enough to set the putty bronzer in place so it doesn't move. I have a liquid blush from Rare Beauty, but it's a little too dark for me. So I need to get a different one that's not as dark, because I am relatively pale. Where's my brush? Where's my brush? Brush up, brush up, brush up. And I'm just going to dust off what's underneath my eyes, in the center of my forehead, and my chin. Alright, for blush, I am going in with the Jaclyn Cosmetics Blush Bronzer Duo in the shade Pink Me Up. And I'm using the Jaclyn Hill X Morphe JH06 brush. And I'm just going to start the back of my cheeks and work my way up. And I'm just blending that into the bronzer, like so. So I have to do an eye look today that I can transition into a nighttime look, because our friend's brother is playing Frankenfurter in a play. Well, obviously, it's a play. Not obviously, you know what I mean. It's a Rocky Horror in Lowell, Mass. So if you're in the area and you love Rocky Horror as much as we do, check it out. I don't remember where it is, but it's in Lowell. I know that much. So, yeah. Alright. For our highlighter, we're going to go in with the Glam Light Michaela collaboration. This is the highlighter. And I'm just going to go in and just lay it down. Little on the nose. I've been contouring my nose a little bit more, but I don't feel like doing it today, so we're just gonna skip that step. I'm gonna skip it. And I normally put a little on my chin just to make it look a little less powdery, because we don't know her. Alright. Let's see. So now that we have that finished, I am going to go in and do my eyebrows. I'm using the Morphe Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Latte. This pollen that's happening right now is about to kill me. I constantly am sneezing or blowing my nose because everything is just yellow outside. It's awful. Okay, so we're gonna do eyebrows and we'll be right back. All right, so our eyebrows are done. So we're gonna go in with the P. Louise Rumor 05 base. Well, sorry guys. Oh man, this is by far one of my absolute favorite eyeshadow primers. This one and the Glam Light Icing primers are superior. And I just blend that out with my finger. I start with a little bit because it does go a long way, and I just add whatever I need. And kind of go from there. And just take the dots and tap it everywhere. And then I start from the inner lid, and you want to be careful when you're doing this, guys. You don't want to tug. It's more of like I'm doing like a slight pull and tap motion when I'm blending this out. Just so we don't cause any damage. We don't need any premature wrinkles. Like that. I'm torn on what I want to do for an eyeshadow look though. Again, like I said, I have the play tonight, but I also have this baby shower that I need to leave for shortly. And I don't know if I want to do the brown, like nude smoky eye that I've been doing lately, or if I want to go more of like a purpley, burgundy-ish kind of look. We'll do the brown. I know what I'm doing here, and I can do it quickly. So I am going to go in with the ColourPop Going Coconuts palette, and I always start with the shade Shredded, and I use this to set the eyeshadow primer. You don't have to do this step. I just find for me that the powder from the eyeshadow blends a little bit better for me when I do this. So do whatever makes your little heart happy. When it comes to eyeshadow. Oh, I also want to say happy Pride Month to all of my friends and family who are in the LGBTQIA plus community. I love you all so much. Okay, let's move on to what we're doing now. What we're doing now. Alright. Trying to do makeup when you're blind and you can't see your brushes is literally one of the worst things ever when it comes to makeup. Because I'm sitting here looking at all these brushes that I have, and I can't see what any of them are until I get them almost to my face. But that's okay. We're gonna make do with what we got. We're just gonna pull and pray, and hopefully something works out. I don't know what that brush was used for, but we're gonna use it anyways. All right, so I'm gonna start with my Morphe. No, not that one. Nope, that one. No, this is a Morphe. I don't know what collection this is from, but it is a bigger blending brush. And I'm just taking my color changer just to make sure there's not any other color on there. I do need to wash my brushes really badly. It's been a couple weeks. So to start, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with the shade Shell Yeah, right here. And I'm going to tap this into my crease. And then we're going to blend this out. Now, just using what product I have left, I am going to buff this out slightly, only because we're going to go in with a lighter shade above this just to really blend and smoke this out. All right. Now using the Morphe M330, I'm going to go in with the shade Culotta. And I'm just going to tap that in, and then we're going to go above the Shell Yeah color. And we're just going to blend this out even more, going up towards the brow bone. Whenever you're doing eyeshadow, don't be scared to go up to your eyebrow. Honestly, I was so scared for so long to go up that far, and one day I just said screw it and went for it, and I haven't looked back since. And if you feel like you've blended it out too, like the middle color too lightly, you can always just go back in and intensify those colors right in the crease. Just like that. I normally just go back just to give it a quick feather over, like that. And then from here, what I do is I take my bigger fluffy brush and I'm going to go in with the shade Nutty, and I'm just going to tap one particular area on the brush and just slightly tap it to dust off the excess powder, because we don't want a lot of fallout to fall onto what we've already done. You can do your eyes before. For me, I feel like I screw up my eyeshadow when I do it that way, but obviously do it however works for you. But I'm just going to start tapping this Nutty shade right on the corner of my eye. Just to build up that color. And then we're going to do little small circles just to start blending it out. Because I have slightly hooded eyelids, I have to surprise eyebrow myself to really make sure it's all blended out and smooth. So if you also have hooded eyelids, and this is, so most people's eyelids look like this. They're very, very smooth. But when I open my eyes, I have this little pocket right here that folds over. So I found whenever you have hooded eyelids, if you go up a little bit past like the natural arch of your eye, you can actually see the color of the eyeshadow a little more. So that's why I have to constantly like surprise eyebrow myself just to make sure, like I said, everything is blended out nicely for the eyeshadow. Alright, so I am going to go back in with a little bit of that Shell Yeah color just to really make sure everything right on the corner of my eye is really blended and buffed out. Just like that. So with the nutty shade, I am just going to tap a little bit. Nope, that's the wrong brush. It's the wrong brush, Sam. Wrong brush. With the right brush, I am going to tap just a little bit of that nutty shade and just drag that into my lower lash line. I normally use a smaller brush to do this part, but I don't feel like dirtying another brush right now. And once I dip my brush the first time and tap it off, I normally try to use what's left. If you have to add more, like I'm having to do here, just make sure you really tap it off, because too much pigmentation can make it look a little weird. So we just smoked it out. Now from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, if I can find one, I'm going to take just a flat brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Cocoa Crush, which is a really pretty shimmer shade. You can go ahead and clean this up if you want to. Where ColourPop, this particular one, their shimmery shades typically are really easily to adhere to the eyelid. Sometimes you need to add, you know, glitter glue or more concealer or eyeshadow primer to really get it to stick, but this one you don't have to. So I'm just gonna go in, I'm gonna close my eye and do the surprised eye again, and we're just gonna work this into where we would normally cut our crease and just add that into now. Once you get to this darker part that we just put in for the nutty shade, I typically just take, I don't want to have any extra shadow on my brush, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and blend the two shades together, and then take that nutty brush and just further blend so we get that nice transition into the eyeshadow look. So I'm going to do my other eye off camera, and I'll be right back. Alright, so eyes are done for eyeshadow. Now I'm just going to go in and curl my eyelashes. I normally put it in and kind of tilt it out and then pulse squeeze, just to really give those lashes some curl. Just be careful when you use an eyelash curler. You don't want to pinch yourself. Shit hurts. Alright. We're curled. And for mascara today, I'm going to go in with the Buxom Cosmetics Blackest Black Mascara. This is one of my absolute favorites. I love the applicator for this thing. And we're going to do the dreaded mascara face. If you do have any fallout from your eyeshadow, just take a fluffy brush and lightly dust it off. You want to do that before you set your face, or it'll sit there all day. Perfect. Okay. Where is it at? And to set my face, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Cosmetics Matte Magic Mist and Set. This stuff is like $7 or $8, and it is by far one of the best setting sprays I've ever used. Like, even compared to the big name ones. So, give yourself a good spritz of that. I have a handy dandy hand fan that I use to really just dry it down quickly. So I can carry on about my day. I am going to put a little bit more on in the center of my face, just to make sure my T-zone really stays. Alright, so I'm going to go do my hair and get dressed, and then I will be right back to show you guys the finished look all together. Alright guys, so this is the finished baby shower look. I hope you guys like it. But otherwise, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Love you.